Hello, in today's video I will go through all of my favourite sports romance recommendations. These are my favourite authors, these are my favourite books. All of these are 5-star book series, so we're going to be going through my favourites. So let's get straight into the video. These are all sports romance books that I absolutely adore. Anyone wants a sports romance series recommendation? I got you. These ones I always recommend. So let's get straight on into this. So we're going to start off with the queen herself, Miss Becka Mack. I read her when she was originally indie published. She has been since traditionally published by Simon & Schuster, and these are the covers. They're absolutely gorgeous. There is 3 currently, but the 4th one is coming out this year. So if you're wanting to get into sports romance that is still carry on going, this is the one to go for. These are all ice hockey romance, so if you're into ice hockey, then this is definitely the series to go for. So we've got Consider Me by Becka Mack. This one is about Carter and Ollie, or Olivia, or all people call her, and these two are opposites attract. Sunshine, Grumpy Sunshine, he's a golden retriever. He is obsessed with Oreos, which is a really weird thing to say, but when you read it, it'll make sense. And when you read the other books, because you see all the characters in all the books, it'll also make even more sense. But he is just, he's just this golden retriever energy. Now, there is a little bit in here that is a bit cringe. Some of the spice with Carter is a bit cringy, but when you look at it from the point of view of Olivia's falling in love with him, it's quite entertaining, it's quite funny. So I absolutely love this one. This is the first one. They're chunky books. They're chunky, but they are well worth the read. And they're all NHL players. So this one has like a bad boy sense. Like, he's this guy who, as most ice hockeys are, he's got like the puck bunnies and all of that jazz. And Olivia is a sports teacher in a high school, and she's like, I do not go anywhere near hockey players, like, nah. And he looks at her and he falls in love like that. He's like, what, who is that woman who is best mates with my best mate's partner? And he's trying to convince her constantly. She's like, no, just go away. Absolutely not am I coming anywhere near you, get away from me. And it is absolutely hilarious, that dynamic right from the beginning. It is so freaking funny. Like, you're reading it and I was laughing out loud in this. I read this about a year and a half ago, about last February. Yeah, last Feb is when I read it. So 2023 Feb? Yeah, 2023 Feb. And I've been obsessed with this series since. Like, I will still recommend it like a year later to people. The next one in the series is Play With Me by Becka. These names are absolutely hilarious when you're like telling someone about a book. Like, just read the book Play With Me by Becka Mack and they're like, This one is Carter's sister and his best mate. Yeah, exactly. So she moves into his flat and Carter goes to his best mate Garrett and goes, look after her. And he's like, all right, yeah, I can look at it. So he's this guy who is the goalie and he's trying to look after her, make sure that she's all right. She is a dancer and goes through quite a lot of stuff. Like, she has a few issues that she's working through as a dancer. Obviously, with the culture of eating and food in dance school and stuff like that, she's struggling. He's always there for her. He'll pick her up, and there's one scene when he's like helping her move in and something happens and he just goes, nah, and legs it. And she's like, what's going on? So funny. This book is just, it's his captain's little sister in him. Like, how is that meant to be? And you're reading it and you're like, this is absolutely brilliant. Like, what? And it just, I don't know. Garrett is one of my favourites because Garrett's like this shy guy. But then sometimes he's like, with her, he's not this shy guy, but with everyone else, he's like this shy guy who can't speak or like get words out. And then she's just like, brings him out of his shell because she's like, if you've ever read The Chase by Elle Kennedy, it gives off that vibes of Fitz and Summer. Like, Fitz is very like closed in and Summer's like, well, Summer's, I don't know how to describe her. She's like sunshine. Like, she's just this bright light. That's a very similar thing in this book. and it's great. Now, I have not read Unravel Me yet by Becka Mack. This is a single mum and Adam, which you'll see Adam throughout these books, and I can just tell Adam's going to be one of my favourites. But I haven't read it yet just due to the fact of I have been putting this off. I need to read it before Fall With Me comes out, but I've been putting it off because I don't want to read it and then be like, oh, I'm waiting for the next one now. That's a bit stupid. Why? But my friend Lonnie has read it and she is like, yes, like Adam is everything.
Damn, he's fine. Don't you think he's fine? Who cares what you think? Brother's fine!
But from what I gather, Adam is like, throughout the books, he is trying to find someone but doesn't know, and then the single mum comes into his life from what I know, and they start flying. Like, he's trying to find a girl in Play With Me, but he's like going on dates with people in Play With Me, and he's like, they don't like dogs because he's got a dog. Cutest thing ever. Or like, he's just got such high standards and no, he cannot find anyone who's got these high standards. Then the single mum comes along and they fall in love, from what I gather, because this is a nice romance. Obviously they're gonna fall in love, but I don't know any more than that. So this is the Playing for Keep series, it is called. You can get these traditionally published ones on Amazon, you can get them on TikTok for a good deal, Waterstones. Don't believe you can get these in the works yet in the UK, but I'll leave some links down below for you guys so you can pick up the series, because this series is everything and the covers are so cute. Like, if you just want a series for cute covers, yeah, this is the one to go for, because they actually have gone off the idea of what they were doing for the indie covers but made it like watercolours, and I vibe with them. That's the Playing for Keep series. The next series is a 5-star series for me. I always recommend, and these are definitely in the works. These are in the works for like £5 each. It's the Windy City series by Liz Tomforde. Like, this series, 5 stars. Every single one of these books is 5 stars for me. I am in love. I read one Liz Tomforde book and then read the next one literally like straight after, and then had to wait for this one. I was putting it off because I was like, I cannot like read this as soon as I get it, and then I was like, oh wait, yeah I can, and then I read it and I fell in love. Like, Liz Tomforde I found last year, like 2023, but like end of 2023, and I just fell in love. I deep dive fell in love. Like, as soon as these were traditionally published, I picked them up, I got them, I fell in love. So we're gonna go through them because, oh my god, just everything. So the first one is Haigh by Liz Tomforde. The flop on this book is absolutely everything, but this one is about Xander and Stevie. This is an NHL hockey book. With this series, each one is a different sport, which I kind of love. So this one is NHL. Stevie is travelling with the team on their private aeroplane. She's an air hostess for them. Well, Xander looks at her and goes, who is this gorgeous woman? And she's just like, nah. She is curvy. She stands for herself. Like, she is body positivity for a curvy woman. Just yeah, I love reading about a curvy woman. Like, I'm a mid-sized girly, so you know, we don't get much representation, but when we get representation in these type of books, I am in love. And we got representation in this book. Like, yes please. Xander loves to spend his money, and Stevie is the complete opposite. She loves to go to a charity shop, she loves to wear overalls, and she just loves that vibe. She also looks after lots of pets. She helps out in, like, I don't know what they call them in America, but like in the UK, you know, like dogsters, that type of thing. That thing in America. They live in the city. They all are from Chicago, which is a place that I really want to go to. I wanted to go to it before this book, and then this book made me want to go to Chicago even more. And this book is so good. If you like just reading about their life, like these characters' lives, and you fall in love with the character and then you just want to read, this is a book for you. It's a chonker. It is a chonker, but I read through so quickly because I was falling in love with the characters, and when I fall in love with a character, all I want to do is I want to just read about these said characters. So we have the flop, we have the characters, we have just everything, and as well the writing isn't that bad. I think that's why it's a chonker, because the writing, I would rather have a chunky book and have the writing be a decent size to read than have a thin book with the writing that's really difficult to read. Maybe that's the dyslexic person in me, but yeah, this one is everything. So yeah, the next book is The Right Move, which I think I preferred to Mile High, and this is a basketball romance because, do you know the song by Nick Jonas, Jealous? That's right, and shame. So this one is about Stevie's twin brother Ryan, and he is a basketball player. He has this mentality of I'm only here for myself and the team, but he's not really much of a team player outside of the court, but he's the captain, so he needs to change that. He needs to become a team player. But something happened in his past that makes it really hard for him to trust people and to be that team player that he must be. Come along, Indy. Now, Indy is Stevie's friend who she meets in this book as an air hostess. They two like kick it off straight away. So when Indy breaks up with her boyfriend who she'd been with all throughout this book, you kind of learn about it, end of this book, going into this book. Stevie goes to her brother and goes, "You're letting my friend move in. Like, I'm playing the twin card here. You're letting my best friend move in with you." Now, Shane's apartment is very much sterile, like, has no personality whatsoever. Indy is a romance book girly who has books everywhere, which I think we can all relate to. Like, let's be real now. I have books everywhere in my house, and Stevie's the exact same. Editing, Tanwen just coming in here. When I say Stevie throughout this whole thing, I mean Ivy. I think I got confused because I just said Stevie's name and Ivy because they're both interlinked, but I mean Ivy throughout all of this whenever I say Stevie coming up. So just pre-warning you guys. And Stevie loves colour and just everything, and Ryan is the complete opposite. And Stevie walks into his house and is like, what's going on? And then boom, bomb explodes. She moves all the stuff in and it's colour everywhere, there is books everywhere, and Shane's like, no, you're giving everything into your room. Everything else, this is my apartment. You're just staying here for whatever. So they then have to fake date. Yes, guys, this is a fake date and romance because the coach has gone to Ryan and has gone, look, you need to get yourself a girl so you can like try and trust people again, so you can become a team player. So Indy then has to fall for that and like goes into that role, and it's so good. This one is thinner than Mile High, but you will love it just as much. This one also is floppy because we love that. And yeah, this book, I just instantly fell in love. Like, Ryan is just this jealous boy and I don't know what it is about a jealous boy, but beautiful chef's kiss. Absolutely loved it. Then the final one of thus far, because we do have a new one coming out. It has been postponed to, I think, the 1st of August or something. But that one, I'm so excited for that one. It's purple. So very excited. But this one is Caught Up, and this is a single dad romance. Yes. Yeah, I know, single dad. We learn about Kai in this one because he lives in the same complex, like apartment complex as Ryan. These two are best mates, which I just love the fact of you'll learn about his characters in previous books, so it makes you want to read them. And then you're like, I want their book, and then you get their book and you're like, okay, now I've got the book. This one's not floppy, which makes me sad because the more they like got popular, the less floppy the books got, which made me very sad. Anywho, this one is about Carter and Miller. Miller is his coach's daughter, which, you know, we all love and vibe with. She is a chef in the city, but comes to help out Kai and becomes Kai's little son's nanny because she needed a break from that world. Like, she just had a major breakdown, which, girl, we can all relate to having a breakdown. And she stays with him, with Kai and his son, and looks after him all season. And obviously when you're in close proximity, things can happen, and we know how that worked. But this one is a baseball romance, which is my first baseball romance, and I kind of vibe with it, I will lie. Single dad, we love a single dad. Like, chef's kiss, beautiful. Kai is like, doesn't trust anyone and keeps firing nannies all over the place, which is why the coach went, my daughter's gonna be looking after him. And Kai can't really say no to that for good reason, like, it's his coach. So yeah, and we just fall in love with the characters. This one is my favourite. I don't know what it is about a single dad, but a single dad romance just really hits my heartstrings, especially when it's Kai. So that is another one of my all-time favourite series like of all time. The final one is another one that wasn't traditionally published. It was indie published and now it has been traditionally published. I think all of these were originally indie and then became traditional, which we love to see. This one, I can't remember what the series is called, but this one is by Reilly, and we've got First Down, Breakaway and Sailing Home. So this is a similar vibe, the Windy City series, but we've got football, ice hockey, baseball, and then we're getting a fourth one very soon, so we'll go start. So these are all in the works as well. These are all in the works for I think like £3 each. I will be getting all my friends to read, especially when books are that cheap in the works. They're like, oh, I want a sports romance, like what do I get? And I'm like, get these, because for £3 for each, that's such a good steal for one, and they're really good books. Like for £3 you're just like, I'm just gonna pick it up and find out, and then you're like reading it, you're like, oh my god. First one is First Down by Reilly. This is the football one. This one is floppy and it's a very thin book, which I kind of really like the fact that you start off a series with quite a thin book, so you can like see if you like the feel for it. Each one of these are the Callahan brothers, so they're all brothers that do different sports. So I think the last one we're getting is their sister. Bex doesn't want to be involved with the Callahans, and she has to help him fake date so that he can make it believable to the NFL. And she is a sport photographer, so she takes lots of photos of him, and they kind of benefit from this fake dating relationship. It's really short, so it's really quick, so you kind of like get straight into it. I love a fact of first book. Sometimes you just get straight into it. Like all I want is to get into this so I can know what's going on, so I know what's going to happen. And this is what that does. Their family dynamic is quite like, she's got some issues with her family, he does as well, but like he's rich, she's not. It's a vibe, it's brilliant. He helps her fake date because her ex won't move on from her. We vibe. Then the next one is my all-time favorite ice hockey book. That says a lot. That says a lot. I actually think I did this as like part of a reading vlog. I did an ice hockey reading vlog, which I'm doing currently a new one. But yeah, this is Breakaway by Reilly. This was more of a chunker, like we just the difference. But this is the captain of the team. The coach is like, look, you need to create some more responsibility, so I'm gonna put you with the kids. I'm gonna help coach them with my daughter. But he doesn't tell him it's his daughter at the time, so they fraternize with each other in this cloakroom in the hockey thing, and then he finds out, oh, that's the coach's daughter after the fact, which are like, girl, boy, did you really? And that she has this spicy list because something happens to her, so please do check trigger warnings before going into this one. But something happens to her, she has not been able to be with anyone, do anything. She's just like, absolutely not. And this has happened in high school to her, so she's in college and has done nothing, and he is gonna help her with the spicy list. So they have a mutual beneficial, so he can make it seem better, and for the like captain's point of view, that he's only staying with one girl, like that's all he's doing, whilst he's helping her with the spicy list. So they go through this list and there's like the one thing on the left, and it's just so good. Like, who doesn't love a coach's daughter, captain of the hockey team, spicy list? Like, what more can I say? It's really like, they do some interesting things. Like, there is some stuff in this list and you're like, why is that on your list, love? Like, I love it, but why is it on your list? This is Callahan, so each Callahan has a different thing. So he's got some issues going on in his life, she has obviously in hers, but he's got some like going on with his family and stuff, which is a really interesting dynamic. Don't believe there's any, is there a third part breakup? I think there's a third part breakup. There's a third part breakup in most of these books, I won't lie. I do love a good third part breakup in a sports romance, because you're like, are you gonna get back together or not? Are you not? Like, what's gonna happen here? But I absolutely love this book. This is one of my all-time favorite books. Whenever I see anyone on TikTok going, oh, I picked up the third one, I'm like, yes, girl, yes, absolutely freaking yeah. Final one is Sailing Home. Like, when you can do this and just read and know what happens, beautiful. Anywho, so this one is about Sebastian, who is actually adopted by the Callahan family after something happens to his family, which you learn about pretty early on. You learn about it in the other books, because obviously the brothers are like, oh, you're not brothers, when they're like, yeah, we are. But you learn about it pretty early on, but he talks about it more in this book. Then you have Mia, who doesn't want to date any sports people, but has to move in with the brothers because she's best mates with Izzy, but has to move into Izzy's house, like into her room, because her flat gets flooded. So she's doing like this course over the summer whilst everyone else is not at uni. She's doing this course, and he's the same. He's doing this course, but he doesn't know what he wants to do in life. He's this baseball player. He's like, do I want to really do this? Like, I'm following my father's footsteps, but do I really want to be doing this or not? Like, do I want to be doing something else? So like, he's trying to figure out life, she's trying to figure out life, whilst telling her family like she's doing this teaching thing, whilst actually she is trying to get into NASA, and her family's not really proud of her. And it's like going through these motions, and they don't believe they fake date. I believe they start a fling, and they're like, it's nothing serious, it's nothing serious, it's nothing serious. Is it always serious? Obviously yes it is, but they just go through these motions. And there is their part breakup in it that I believe is Mia's fault, which is more interesting. I think it's more interesting when it's a girl's point of view. Like, girl, why are you doing that? Like, you've got this beautiful man, why are you doing this? But yeah, that's this book. So this series is another 5-star book series for me. I cannot wait for the 4th one to come out. All of these series are continuing, so this one's got a 4th one coming out. Caught Up as a 4th one, we might be getting more, and there is definitely going to be quite a few more in the Playing for Keeps. I think there's about 5 or 6 books in that series that we're going to be getting, because it's a bit like the El Kennedy series are keeping. Playing for Keeps, they've got like multiple different players, so each player will have a book. So yeah, these are my 5-star sports romance books. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do leave down any of your favorite sports romance books. I would love to hear it. Here are just a few of mine. I thought I would start off with series so that you guys could not just like have just, oh, it's just a single standalone. You can be like, oh right, so I've read this, I absolutely love this author, I can read more of her books because there's more of a series. So I thought that was a perfect choice to start off these book rec videos with. If you want any more book recs, leave it down below. Would you like me to do some cowboy book recs? Would you like me to do some small town? Would you like me to do some dark romance? Please do let me know, because I absolutely love sharing and talking about books. I've literally talked for about 25 minutes about these books, so please do let me know if you want more recs, and leave a comment down below if you've read these books, what you thought, what's your thoughts and feelings. Adding your shelf yet you've not read them yet, like please do, let's start a conversation about these, like these books definitely, because I would love to chat to you all about these books. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy these videos. There is so many more fun videos coming your way. I cannot wait to get them to you. I'm doing so many good reading vlogs. I'll also be doing way more book recommendations for you guys, so don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, leave a thumbs up down below because it really does help out. It also shares out this channel. Down below I always have my social medias linked to any other channels, so if you want daily content, go check them out, because I'm constantly on my TikTok and my Instagram, just posting every single day basically on them. So yeah, I hope you like this video, and I'll see you guys next time in my next video, which is at 4 PM on a Sunday every single week. So I'll see you then.
Taking you in this moment, come get close like you own name. Read your aura, you want more of all this love, you'll be your name. Release